Today I am doing a tutorial slash review for you on my personal opinion of what I think of the Queen Helene Mint Julep Mask. And you can find this at any Sally's Beauty Supply store. That's where I got mine. I heard that this is kind of hard to find in other places, but that you can get it at Sally's, and you can also find this at Walgreens. So the reason I was curious by this was because I've heard a lot of great things about this. But I also heard from a couple people that Lush sells a mint julep type mask very similar to this one, and that this was a very good comparison to it. So I thought I would give it a try. I have not tried the Lush's mint mask, so I don't really remember what it's called, but I have not tried it, so I can't really compare the two of which I like better or whatever, but I just want to try the quality of this one as itself and just see what I think personally of that. If any of you have tried the other one and this one, totally type down below or send me a video response of what you think of the product compared to the Lush product. So yeah, I was trying to debate whether I should just talk about the product or actually use the product. I've already used this once, but I figured I'd go ahead and make a tutorial out of it, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you how I apply it, how it's used, how my face feels afterwards, and just some of my own personal opinions about the product. So yeah, I don't really remember how much I got this for. The Sally sticker is kind of torn off. I think I paid like $3 for it. They have it in this little tub size, and they have it in a bigger squeeze tube. So I just got the little small size for a trial. If you want to get the small size, it's actually a pretty good deal because there's a lot in it. So I mean, if you look, I mean, that's what it looks like inside, but it's a pretty big tub, so I mean, that will last you quite a while. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my makeup off. I really did just a very light foundation and eyeshadow base today. I'm not going to really take off my eyeshadow because it doesn't really matter. It's not going to go on my eyes. But I'm just going to slightly remove some of my foundation just so I have clean skin for this to stick to. I'm just going to use a little green washcloth. Your washcloth obviously doesn't have to be green. But I am just going to apply some water to it. Rinse it out. Preferably probably warm water, probably because it'll help open your pores. So I'm just going to take that. I'm going to see if maybe I can get this off with the water first. I probably could. Yeah. I'm just going to take it off with water. But you could also use a cleanser maybe. I do have a cleanser, but I think it's coming off fine with just water, so I'll just do that. So I'm just going to lightly clear my skin with it. I guess I have a mirror in front of me too. I always use the mirror to the side, but I guess I'll use the mirror in front of me. Okay, that's probably good enough. Yep, that's good. So simple as that. And then, let's see, it says, I'll just read what's on here, that way you guys know a little bit more about what it says about the product. It says, the original natural home treatment developed by a dermatologist that will actually dry up acne pimples and even help shrink enlarged pores. Simply add, or apply, mint julep mask to your face and neck. I'll probably just do my face because I don't really want to get this wet. Within minutes, it firms and hardens, and its suction action draws out waste matter from the pores. After the mask is removed, your skin will feel clean, refreshed, and smooth. Okay, so directions. Sounds pretty good. Cleanse your face and neck thoroughly. Apply mint julep mask generously and allow to dry for 15 minutes. Leave on problem areas overnight if desired. Remove with warm water and a washcloth. Okay, so pretty simple step. So I'm just going to take some of this, and I'm probably just going to put it on my fingers like that and just continue to apply it. So I'm actually going to go ahead and continue looking in this mirror because it's easier for me to see. That one's a little small. So I'm just going to massage it in. I'm just going to get it, a layer of it. It'll look all green. This is actually really good. I have, like I said, already used this once, so I kind of know a little bit about what I think about the product. One of the things I was really happy with is that you can obviously use this if you have dry skin. It's excellent, and if you have any acne problems or any just random pop-ups, you could definitely use this, and it really does dry it up like instantly. So I really, really love this. But one of the things is that, you know, currently right now I'm working at a cake shop, and like I've said before, I usually have dry to normal skin, usually more on the normal but sometimes dry spectrum of it, but since I've been working with cake and stuff, when you spray the pans, it's the oil, and we do a mass amount of cakes at a time, so the oil is just kind of floating in the air, so it's really gross. And so naturally it starts to kind of stick to your skin, and your skin starts to get used to it, and even just having the cake around you, just the natural oils from it tend to just kind of float in the environment. And so your skin just naturally soaks that up, and it gets in your makeup, and so your skin gets more oily quicker. And so I have noticed that my skin has been more oily than usual. I actually just ordered a new skincare treatment, which I am very excited to receive. I have already used it once, but I was able to reorder the whole kit, so I absolutely love this and I really recommend it. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is yet because I'm going to actually do a little video tutorial routine of my skin regimen routine on it. So that should be coming up within next week, because this week I'll be going away to camp, so when I get back all my stuff will be here and I will do a little video for you guys, which I'm excited about. But other than that, so basically I've been using products that are more for oily skin, oily to combination, because usually my cheeks are drier and my T-zone is really oily, so like my forehead, my nose, and my chin. But I've noticed after work my face seems to be really oily, so I really need to cleanse my face and then kind of dry up any problem areas. So yeah, that's why I've been focusing more on stuff for oily skin. But this mask is really great. If you have oily skin, it will dry up anything, and it will tighten your pores. It really does do what it says, and it really is just great overall. But even if you have dry skin, it's really excellent for a once-in-a-while mask. So yeah, basically I've just applied this. Pretty thin layer, so I've gone over a couple spots that I felt were really thin. Maybe I'll go over my nose right here. My chin. You can always tell when it's drying because it kind of is this really dark green, and then it dries and looks a little more powdery. And you can automatically, as it's drying, you can kind of feel your face starting to get tight, and it kind of itches a little bit, but not in like an irritating way. But it's kind of cool because it, probably the mint or whatever's in it, makes your face tingle, so it has like a really nice rejuvenating tingling feeling. So that's kind of fun. I'm just going to wash my hands here. So yeah, that's really what it looks like on my face. Obviously, I'm very green looking right now. Like I have a mask on. Yeah, simple as that. It feels very, it feels thick, I guess you could say. It probably depends on how much you put on, but naturally your face is going to feel very thick and tight as it starts to like suction and dry up and kind of like soak your pores and stuff like that. So, yeah, I did my little hair in this little updo thing, little donut on my head here, just so that my hair wouldn't be in the way. But, yeah, so that's really it. The application was really simple, really easy. It washes off your skin really nicely. That was another thing I loved about this, was that when you put it on, it washes off nicely. Like, you know how sometimes things will stick, or you have to keep going over it in order to get it off, or it's like almost oily in a weird way, or it'll stick to your hands and then your hands feel sticky. It doesn't do that. It washes right off with water. You don't even need soap. So I really love this. So I am going to go sit back and relax, maybe read or go on the computer or something and wait for this to dry. So I'll probably go leave this on for maybe 10-15 minutes depending on how fast it dries, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so it's been probably about somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes, probably more towards 10 I think. But I have let it dry fully. Let's see, so it kind of looks like this. It's very dry looking. It feels very, you can touch it and it doesn't come off on your hands. It just feels very powdery. And you can see like kind of it like cracking in certain places like around your nose and stuff. So that's how you know that it's done and that you can wash it off. Typically, you would want to relax while you did this. I actually went and cleaned my rat's cage, which was not glamorous whatsoever. The only glamorous part about it is that they have lavender-scented bedding with rose petals in it. That's the only glamorous part about that. But I would suggest like reading a magazine or taking a bubble bath or something fun, not housework. So after this, I'm just going to wet another washcloth and kind of wring it out, and then I'm just going to wipe it off. And the nice thing about this is that it's super easy just to wipe off. So I'm just going to start with under my eye. I'm just going to kind of do one swipe and see how like easy that came off, like one swipe, and there's like hardly any residue left. So I'm just going to, I think I can pretty much get away with one towel. I'm just going to kind of wipe, and then I'm going to start by my eyes because that's the place that is the most delicate, and I want to make sure that I get that all off first so I don't get any in my eye. And of course you could probably do this in the shower, like You could do this in the shower, or if you wanted to put your entire face under the water, you could too. It's just easier, in my opinion, to get it off with a washcloth just because it's less mess, especially if you don't want to get your hair wet. So I'm just going to kind of frame around the sides of my face like that. And then I'm going to start on my nose. Just kind of go down and around. On my chin. I'm just going to start on my forehead and just kind of swoop it like that. So this actually dried really quickly, like pretty much like almost as soon as I turned off the camera. I probably could have washed it off. It dried super quick, which is kind of nice because like if you just wanted to do this real quick, if you're heading out the door, you want to do it before bed or something, it takes like 2 seconds really. Probably not literally 2 seconds, but it really doesn't take that long, so it's nice. It's not something that you have to wait forever. Like, I used to love those little, which kind of accomplished the same thing. It was those, like, peel-off masks. I remember I had one by Got To Be, and it was the peel-off kind in cucumber melon or something like that. I remember I used to put that on. You had to wait for it to dry completely until you could kind of move your face, and it would crack, and then you'd peel it off, and it would cleanse your pores, too. But I used to love that mask, but it would take forever. Like, it would really take, like, half an hour just for it to be dry enough that you could peel it off.